Hey guys, I am Emily Moore. I am the Director of Children's and Youth Ministry, Beech Grove United Methodist Church. I am outside today. As you guys can see, there's our playground. There's our beautiful tree. It's a beautiful day outside, so I figured, why not? At least for right now. It's supposed to rain later. And today we're going to be talking about Earth Day, which is part of the reason why I'm outside too. So I'm going to start off with a little activity for you guys. Please invite your parents or your siblings, play with your friends. It's just a little trivia game that I'm going to do. And it's going to be true or false statements. I got 5 of them to do. I would like for you guys to guess your answer. You can send them to me. Your true answers. No cheating. And just, play with your family and just keep track of your answers. Be honest, no cheating. Do not use your phones, use your brains, only your brains, nothing else. So, we're going to learn what we know about our planet that we live on today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I will give you the correct answers after I give you the true or false. I'll give you a few seconds. So the first one. The world's longest mountain range is actually underwater. That answer is true. The Earth is the only planet not named after a Roman god. This is also a true statement. The Amazon rainforest is home to nearly 1/3 of Earth's land space. This is also a true answer. Number 4. I'm sorry, I got 6 questions. Number 4. You will weigh more at the North Pole than you did if you lived at the equator. This is also a true answer, and I got an explanation with this one. A person who weighs 150.8 pounds at the North Pole will weigh 150 at the equator because of the gravitational pull at the poles. Number 5, the first photo of Earth taken in space was in 1958. This one is false. It was in 1968, not 58. Last question, or true or false statement. The Nile River is the longest on Earth and 4,160 inches or feet in length. This is a true statement as well. Sorry, guys. So great job if you got them all right, or even if you didn't get them all right, so great job. At least you know more than you knew. I know some of these questions were kind of hard. It turns out that even though we have lived here for our entire lives, we may not actually know a lot or fully appreciate our home here on the planet. Maybe that's because we tend to take the earth for granted. So today's lesson's all about appreciating our planet and the one who created it. So some of you have pet dogs. Pretty cute, I might add. I love your dogs. Or you know someone who does have a pet dog. So do you or the person that you know that has a dog that typically goes crazy when they pull out that leash to go for a walk, or when they open the door to let them go outside? Most dogs love being outdoors. I know my Toby does. They get so excited when they get a chance to roam the earth. And I don't think they ever take it for granted. What are some things in life that we experience or take advantage of every day and that we tend to take for granted? You might have some answers out there, like maybe your family, Maybe your friends happens. The money that we get from people, or our jobs, for those of you who have jobs, or our house, maybe for having the roof over our head, food, and our health, especially now in this pandemic. Health is very important. And all those are really wonderful, great answers, I promise you. But the earth itself might be the gift from God that we take for granted the most. Be honest. When was the last time that you simply gave thanks to God for the planet that you live on? For most of us, living on planet Earth is something we consider a birthright. After all, it's the only world we've ever known. We really have nothing else to compare it with. But when you think about the facts that we learned about in our game that we just did, and when you really look into the detail and creativity on display on our planet, it might help you to gain appreciation of the earth. Now, Earth Day isn't a celebration as much as other holidays. Your family probably doesn't have a big family get-together, or get-together even for it. And for many, you may be hearing about Earth Day for the very first time. Our awareness of this holiday is related to the area that we live in. So does anyone know when Earth Day is? So according to earthday.org, Earth Day is celebrated annually on April 22nd, which is tomorrow, you guys, Thursday. It began in 1970, and the celebration marks the anniversary of the birth of the modern environmental movement. The founders of the Earth Day celebration, says it was a response to anti-war protests as a way to shift the powers of that movement to environmentalism. You might think that Earth Day is an odd holiday to celebrate, a little bit. But there is something to be said for giving thanks to the celebration of Earth. After all, it's the first of God's creations we learn about in the Bible. It's mentioned in the very first book and the very first verse. In fact, let's take a look at the very first chapter of Genesis. It may have been some time since you looked at it, and I hope you guys looked at when I mentioned about it last week. So here we go. Genesis chapter 1, and this is from the NIV New International Version. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was so. God called this vault the sky, as you see. And there was evening and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered in one place, and let dry land appear." Dry ground, land, and gather the waters he called sea. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation." Seed-bearing plants and trees on land that bear fruit with seeds in it according to the various kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be light in the vault of the sky to separate day from night, and let them serve as a sign to mark sacred times, days and years, and let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light, governor the day, and the lesser light, govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters teem with living creatures. Let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the waters teem, and moved about it, and according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kind, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that moved along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make mankind our image and our likeness, so they may rule over the fish of the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and the wild animals, and over the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful, increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God says, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruits with seeds in it. This will be for your food, and to all the beasts on the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. So when we dig into this first chapter of Genesis, we're reminded of all this, how all this got here. We see the importance of giving thanks to God for the creation, for the light, for the waters, the sky, the land, and the animals, trees. Also, there are certain lines of thinking where people wonder if taking care of the earth matters at all. Well, it does. God gives us a job to take care of the earth. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, it even says that God commanded human beings to reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry on the ground. It is our job to be good stewards of what he has given us, including the earth. After all, we want a healthy earth for ourselves and for future generations to come. So, on Earth Day, and every day for that matter, remember that God values all of his creation. Take time to appreciate our planet and the one who created it. Okay, so that's all I got for you today, guys. An activity I would like for you guys to do is go take a walk or hike at a park, or maybe even your neighborhood, wherever you feel close to nature. And thank God for all that he has given you. Just say, "Thank you, God. This is so beautiful, and I'm sorry I take it so much for granted." And next week, we will be talking about respect. And I would like for you guys to read in advance. I encourage you guys to read 1 Samuel, verse 24, verses 8 through 10. If you guys would like to share this, please share this with your friends, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.